Hey gang, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to our channel, we sure appreciate you clicking on our video, and if you're enjoying the content, be sure to hit that subscribe button for us. Let's jump right into today's project. We're going to start painting. We're going to continue painting. Today we're going to paint our doors. Make sure you go back and click on our video where we installed these doors. We have 2 barn doors and 2 doors that are hung on hinges. So come over here, Jordan, and let me show you. First thing we did was we sanded. If you can see right here, see all these fuzzies right here? Now come over to this one. I've already sanded it. We broke this edge. So when we say we break that edge, we get a piece of sandpaper like this and go all the way to the corner and knock down that sharp edge. The other thing about these doors is this piece of glass was installed when they built the door, obviously. But what I mean is there's not a stop or a piece of molding here. When they glued this door together, they installed the glass at the same time. And the glass is etched glass, it's frosted, and it's protected with this plastic coating, this plastic film on each side. Now the company where we bought the doors from told me leave the plastic on until the doors are painted, and then just get a razor blade, cut right here, remove the plastic, because you don't want to get paint on the etched glass because it's nearly impossible to get off of that rough surface. And where you see blue tape, that's where the plastic film was compromised. It had a hole in it or something, and that's why the blue tape's there. So these 2 are sanded. I've got one on the table, so let's sand it, and then we're going to paint them with the airless. So we're going to throw you into time lapse. Let's get it done. Hey guys, a quick tip on sanding wooden doors. So I'm sanding the rails first. This is the rail, these are rails, and these are stiles. So I'm sanding long. In other words, I'm going onto the stile, and then I'm coming back this way. I'm using my thumbs as kind of like an edge guide over here, and then I'm sanding this way. That way all my sandpaper scratches are with the grain of the wood. Alright gang, here's our 4 doors, primed both sides. You can kind of see the system that we came up with to do this. We've done it before, just when we have a few doors to do. It's a 1/4 by 6 inch lag bolt, and then you saw that it's resting on the sawhorses. We can spray one side, use these as handles, flip it over, spray the other side, and then set it on these blocks, and it dries in the horizontal position. So we'll let this dry tonight, 2 coats of finish tomorrow, and these will be ready to put back up. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey gang, look what we got today.
What's that?
Appliances. Woo! So let's put them in. Come on back here, Jordan. So this is a dual fuel range. It has gas cooktop, electric oven, and an electric, it's not really a warming drawer. You can actually bake in it. So we'll show you that once we get it installed. So on the gas side, our plumbers ran 3/4 inch gas line to here, reduced down to 1/2 inch. This is their valve, and then I put this fitting on here. It came in the bag with this hose, and this one has an arrow on it indicating gas flow. You got to make sure of that. And this is a flare connection. And then the opposite side I put on right here. And then I used pipe dope and tape I put tape on the male threads and I put pipe dope on the female threads and tighten it up. On the electric side, here's our 6-3 conductors on a 50 amp 2-pole circuit. Here's our plug and our cord. I've got the cord already attached with the strain relief right here. Now on this plug, it says white on this one and green on this one for the neutral and the ground. In this application, red and black do not matter. It can be red and black or red and black. But since I was toning it out, I just went ahead and marked red and black. Let me show you what I did. So I'm on the ground. I'm on the ground. See that? So I just put a green there. So this ground wire will go there. And then this is the neutral, the white. Oops. Right there. And then it doesn't matter, but since I'm doing it, I went ahead and did red and black. So let's pull this out and attach this box. Now, you always want to pay attention to where the ground is because you're going to have a right angle plug. So do you want it coming up this way or do you want it looping down this way? And I want it down. So I'm going to make sure I put the ground up. Now, we used a 4 11/16 inch metal box. Remember, we always say get the largest box you can. So that's what that is. And this is a 2-gang mud ring. This device will mount on a 2-gang mud ring. In fact, it comes with 4 screws. They're right here. And they go here and here into these holes, which would normally be for 2 devices, like 2 plugs or 2 switches. So it's much stronger, much easier to work with. So let's get this wired up. We've got this all wired up. We also put in our anti-tip bracket. That's really important. Don't leave that out. Lots of kids get injured every year when they stand on the door of an oven or pull on it and there's a pot of boiling water or something hot spills on them, or the oven can even come over and cause a really serious injury or worse. So it only takes 2 screws. Make sure you put that in. Now all that's left is to connect our cord to the terminal block. I already removed the green ground screw down here, connecting this strap to the case. We have a 4-wire system. If you had a 3-wire system, you would leave that because it basically bonds the ground and the neutral together right here. You can see our white neutral, and that's grounded to the case. Remember, we have a 4-wire system. We ran that new 6-gauge back in one of our other videos. All they want us to do is cut this strap off, just like that. We're going to retain this part we cut off and reattach the ground in the same hole. Now it's just color coded, white to white, red to red, black to black. And again, you can do that, but we're going to do it like that. All right, so these are our 2 hots, these 2 slots. So we should have 240 volts, 250 volts. There we go, 252. And then on that phase to neutral, we have 126, and to ground, we have 126. And then you can also tell that our plate is bonded. Check the other side. I got the terminal block all wired up. So let's put the cover plate back on. We can slide this thing back. All right, gang, this is a flare fitting. See how the tubing flares out? And it mates with this flare on this fitting. No tape, no Teflon tape, and no pipe dope is required on this fitting. If you have a leak, you got bigger problems. It's 2 machine surfaces mating together that form the seal. I'm going to tighten this. Gas is on. And we'll check for leaks. This is Big Blue leak detector. I know the plumbers checked all this. We had this leak tested, and you will see bubbles. So we're good there. Let's see if I can get under here off camera and I'll test that one. Hey gang, we're over here about to install the refrigerator, but Jordan, why don't you show them the range real quick? Ooh! And remember, this is a baking drawer. See the gasket?
Yeah.
So you can put a casserole in there.
Dang.
Isn't it nice?
Whip up some pancakes.
Hey guys, we got the fridge all hooked up inside. Super easy. We'll show it to you later when it gets nice and cold and we put some food in there. But we moved outside. We're going to keep working on these barn doors. So we need to route a groove in the bottom for the little device that tracks the bottom of the door. So we just have our straight edge set up. I've got a slot cutter and my good old Porter cable router. And we're ready to go.
All right.
Now we'll flip it over, make a pass on the other side, and it'll be perfectly centered. All right guys, we got the doors routed for the groove for the barn door hardware. Now we're back outside. We gave these a light sanding. This is just a primer. They're very smooth. After sanding, we dusted them. So let's start painting. We'll give them one coat of color right now. All right guys, the doors are outside drying, and while they dry, we decided to come in here and work on the microwave drawer. We had it installed yesterday, and we had a little issue where the plug was sticking out here, and then it was hitting the back of the unit and preventing it from going back all the way. I didn't have the cut sheet on this, so I didn't realize that, but this should have been way over here. So my first option is actually to move that, but that's a lot of work. My second option...
A lot is an understatement.
Yep. You could put a blank cover plate, metal cover plate on here with a knockout in it. Those are available at the home center. Then you could come down with a 90 and then surface mount some MC cable with a surface mounted box. Also a lot of work. You could put an extension cord here with a right angle plug on it, but I would never want to put an extension cord in a cabinet on a major appliance.
How come?
There's too many things can go wrong. So the other thing is, and I'm pretty sure it's against code, the other thing I could do is cut the factory plug off the microwave and put a right angle plug on it. But then what could happen, say that unit has a problem in a week, and then we just voided the warranty. So I woke up this morning and had the brilliant idea of using what I call a clock receptacle. Now a clock receptacle actually only has one plug in it, and they actually have a hook here to hang the clock. This one, they just call it a recessed receptacle, and it'd be like for behind a piece of furniture, a dresser, an entertainment center, a couch.
Right.
And you could put your plugs in there. That way when you push the unit back, it doesn't bend those plugs as much.
Everybody's had that problem, I think.
Exactly. So we're just going to put that in real quick, and that'll solve our problem. Let's get it done. All right, nice. That'll solve that problem. Yep. All right, so our next step on the microwave install is to install the filler strips here. Remember, this was a drawer-based cabinet, just like this one. We removed this rail. Go back and watch that video in this series. And then the cabinet company gave us filler strips to use for something just like this. So we're going to install this one right here. We already have one installed on that side. You want to get in there behind on the back side, Jordan, show them how we did it?
Just some plywood and some screws.
Yep. I got 7 1/4 screws, so there's no chance of coming through the face right here. So I'm going to attach this first. right, that's all done. It looks phenomenal. So the way these work is a little control panel. Open. Now you saw how we attached our filter strips, and then these screws attach the microwave to that. We had a little gap up at the top, so we just lifted the microwave and screwed it in place. And it looks great. Looks custom, huh?
It is custom.
It is custom. That's what we do. All right, that's all done. Now let's go outside and give those doors a second coat of paint. Yeah, I was thinking like that, a real close shot of how smooth the finish is. Come on, Jimmy.
Come on.
Done.
Let's check our supply. Oh, nice estimate.
Yep. And it's a good trick. Damp towels over the top. Keeps the paint from skimming over. It keeps trash from getting in there.
Wish somebody would put a damp towel over me.
Yep, I'm ready. All right, that's it for the doors. Let's go inside and paint those door frames. That feels good, bud.
Yeah, it
Nice
looks
and smooth.
awesome.
So all the trim is painted, 2 coats of the finished color over the primer, sanded in between. Looks awesome. Now I brushed all this, and every time I brush it, I say to myself, why aren't I using that sprayer? But I'm getting there. And then one thing we do, always take off the hardware, and then this gets caulked all the way. A lot of times you'll see guys leave the hardware on, and there's a big blob of caulk here, and there's not caulk back behind the hinge. Now granted, you can't see back there, but you can certainly see right here. So we'll show you the finished product on that after we hang this door. So let's go out there and show you the next step. All right, here's one of our doors. And remember, we spoke about this plastic before. It's on the glass from the factory, and the recommendation was just to leave it and cut it off afterwards. So let's do it. All right, they're all cut. Let's peel them off. They just come off very easy. Look at that. All right, I'm just going to clean up these edges a little bit, anywhere I need to, and then we'll bring it inside. Perfect. So hinge pins have a light coating of grease on them. Last thing you want to do is get them on your fingers and touch your beautifully painted doors. So Jordan's going to be the door guy, and I'm going to be the pin guy. I'm going to use a paper towel. I'm going to hold it like that. No grease. Let's do it. Hey guys, we got our doors up. They look great. So the doors have 1 coat of primer, 2 coats of color sprayed, and then we brushed the interior trim. Look how nice it looks when we take all the hardware off. Do it right, and we'll show you the full effect here when we close them with the etched glass. Doesn't that look great? Woo! And then you might notice we got a coat of color on the walls. We just rolled these. Check out this line here, and that's no tape. That's our putty knife trick that we showed on our crown hanging video in this series. Go back and check it out. Let's go over here to the island, and we're going to show that to you again. All right, so we cut in right here, and then I have a damp rag. This is a t-shirt material, but it's like double thick. It's not that thin, cheap t-shirt material that you buy in a box. So it's damp. Flexible putty knife, corners are rounded over. I'm just gonna put it right there and pull. See that? One more time. Look at that. No tape.
Looks good.
Done. Yep. So let's throw you in a time lapse and paint this wall real quick. All right, check this out. We have color on the wall in the island down here. Looks great. Try that putty knife trick on your project. It is so easy and the results are 10 times what that tape does. So let's walk over here. Look at the kitchen. It looks complete. We have a few more things to do. Obviously we need a hood. It's still on back order. A couple little punch list items, but other than that, they are using it 100%. Get a shot of this, Jordan. Got a coat of color in the dining room. Looks fantastic. One more coat on that. We'll paint that office this afternoon. So we'll probably have a couple more videos in this series before the big finale. So make sure you stay tuned for that. It's going to be unbelievable. We'll show a lot of before and after pictures. So hit that like button for us. Hit the subscribe button and that notification bell. Leave us a comment down below. We really appreciate that. And we'll see you on the next one.
Yep.